I want to talk to you today about something called estimated taxes. Those estimates are required quarterly when you have income that isn't subject to withholding. So if you're an employee, when you get your paycheck, it has already had your tax liability or an estimate towards your tax liability paid in. So it goes on your tax return as a credit against your tax liability so that you can get credit for it when you file your return. That's when the tax liability is actually determined. The withholding is a guesstimate, an estimate that the IRS requires employers to do. When you're self-employed, you're required to pay estimated tax payments. Now, estimated tax payments are exactly that. They are an estimate. They are a guess. They are not going to be down to the penny, but they're going to reflect what you think you're going to owe. The theory behind the process is that you should never owe more than $1,000 when you file your individual income tax return. If you owe more than $1,000 and if you don't pay quarterly estimated taxes, then there is a penalty for not paying those on a quarterly basis. Now, it is not the end of the world if you don't make your quarterly estimate. There's a potential that you'll have some penalty. It's not a gigantic, huge penalty. It's a penalty, and it approximates interest on the money. So you can not make the estimated payments, but then you're going to owe when you file your return next April. Now, those quarterly reports are due on April 15th, June 15th, September 15th. So you need to look at, and this is another reason that you need good records, because you need to know exactly what your profit for 2018 is as of August 31st, so that you can make an estimate, a guesstimate, taking into consideration what's going to happen in the last quarter of the year. But you need that information in order to calculate and estimate your liability so that you can make a proper estimated payment. And they are due, and it's not the end of the world if you don't pay them, but it is really what the requirement is. My job is to tell you that the speed limit is 55 miles an hour, and that means you pay in quarterly estimated taxes so that you don't owe when you file your tax return.